Would you share your chick? You know, tonight maybe she finds a young buck over there in the grocery store and she tells you, hey, tonight I'm gonna go hang out with this one dude. We're gonna take care of some business. Would you allow that? Well, your boy here, Destiny, the streamer, does.
Hey, my name is Stephen Bunnell, 34 years old. People know me online and on Instagram as Destiny.
Okay, welcome.
Okay, this is a podcast that's meant to teach about dating, how men should date, how women should date, what women are doing wrong, what men are doing wrong. First things first, celebrities get chicks left and right. Easy money. If they want a chick tonight, they can have a chick tonight. It doesn't matter, it's easy for them. They are not qualified to come on a podcast and talk about dating because the audience is not a celebrity. The audience, they might be fit, they might be not, they might not even work, some may work. You don't know who's behind the camera, you know what I'm saying? This guy is a celebrity, he cannot tell Billy from New Mexico about dating because Billy rarely get any puss. Let's cut the crap. Look at this guy. Once again, no offense, this guy's a celebrity giving dating advice. Now, look at it properly, analyze what you're looking at, see, okay, just how he looks right now. If we were to take off the celebrity status, like no one knows who this guy is, right? And put him in Billy's spot over there in New Mexico. Let's be honest, this guy wouldn't get any. The truth hurts, but it's the truth. You can't take advice from a person that is a celebrity about dating. Come on, especially if he shares his chick. Who shares chicks? Who will happily allow his chick to say, hey, chick, see you tomorrow night? Because I know tonight you're gonna go have some fun with some other dudes. No.
I'm Melina, known as Melina on social media as well, Melina Jorensen. I do Twitch, I'm 24, and I'm married to this.
Thanks.
My wife, Destiny. Here.
Yeah, your wife.
Your wife, Destiny.
That's my wife.
Shots.
Wife. Calling it how it is. Wife.
One question, have you ever taken the IQ test?
Never.
Never? You think it's up there? It's probably
I'd
pretty
say
high.
probably like 165,
pretty-
170, you know, maybe in that ballpark of there, yeah.
Gotcha. What's your current relationship status? Are you single? Are you in the talking phase?
I'd say situationship / married, I guess, depending on the day. No, yeah, we're married. We've been together for like probably about 4.5 years.
Destiny, you have a son, correct?
Yeah.
Are you involved or is...
Yeah,
what-
I lived there until he was around 9. Then I moved to California and then Florida. And then anytime I travel, I try to visit him afterwards. So I'm
Gotcha.
heading up to Nebraska tomorrow to hang out with him.
You said he's 9?
Yeah. No, until he was 9. He's 12 now.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And who here is bi?
All right, well, let's get into this a little bit. Let's dig in there. You know, young buck over here has a son, doesn't live with the son. Keep in mind, this young man here said he has a IQ of about 165 to 70, right? Well, has a kid, left the kid in his hometown, visits him here and there, dyed his hair blue, got married to a chick and shares her, and still explores with different people on both sides of the team, if you know what I'm saying. This tells you basically what happens in these 5 hours of podcast. You know, don't expect greatness to come out of their mouth. It's just not. How are you gonna take advice from someone like that? You know what I'm saying?
I only date women.
Wait, but
You
you're
only-
attracted
only
to men.
You
but-
smash dudes, but don't date them?
We'll go with that, okay?
Okay.
Listen, we're not here to hear this stuff. You know, let's get into the...
Like that.
What are like the rules of your guys' relationship that you have with each other? Like, what are the rules and boundaries?
I think generally we just try to communicate with each other when we see other people.
Honesty.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
And that's generally it, yeah.
Does anybody have veto power over the other?
I mean, like, in any relationship, anybody does, right? Like, if somebody wanted to see somebody and the other person, like, hated one of their partners, it's probably not good, so...
Have you guys...
So Melina has like an indefinite veto over you, and you have an indefinite veto over her. Is
Yeah,
it
I mean,
just
of course,
like this
to
guy's
some
like a
extent,
hard
right?
no.
Like, if we have, like, mortal enemies and the other person's trying to, like, sleep with them, it's probably not going to work out very well.
Well, yeah, no.
Not the
I'm
most
just.
healthy thing.
I'm not like leading you into any kind of like gotcha moment. I just
Sure.
genuinely want to know. So
Yeah.
if she wants to sleep with someone, you're like, no, she has to respect it, and then vice versa for him.
Yeah. I mean,
Has
it'd
that
be similar
actually
to,
happened
like...
before? Where you had to veto or she
Yeah,
had to
sometimes,
veto?
yeah. There's a lot of, like, streamer stuff that gets really dramatic sometimes, so, yeah.
Do you feel like explaining the circumstances?
Like, let's say that someone sleeps with a monogamous person and then they get really obsessed with you. And then it's kind of like, this is really toxic. Like, I want to keep seeing this person, but they're, like, really shitty towards my partner. So, of course, I would want to, like, that's not fun. It's not fun for me to listen to someone that I'm sleeping with that hates my partner. Or the other way around, too, like, knowing that he's sleeping with someone.
Dude, this explains the whole video that I'm trying to show you. Like, you don't share your partner. Just imagine this. You got your chick. Now, that chick that you have, you might kiss the chick, do this and that. So if you let your chick go somewhere else, does some other stuff, put some things in her mouth and other places on the chick, and then the chick comes back to you like nothing happened, kisses you in the mouth. Come on, man. You don't do that.
In a
We run
way.
into a lot of crazy people.
But it's also
or
a lot
like
of fun
things
too.
get
So I mean,
crazy.
like, yeah.
So how are
You're
you?
probably not attracting the most sane people in the first place.
I
by
try to go for
advertising
people
that.
that are open or like that are poly now because it makes things a lot easier. So we can just avoid like the jealousy.
Let me tell you the truth. These habits people are getting are like substances. Sudden increase in dopamine. They want to feel good. They've been brainwashed into thinking happiness, happiness, happiness. Always be happy. If you're not happy, something's not right, then you have to become happy now. Attention spans are going to the garbage. They want to feel great now. They want everything now. They can no longer take it being without options. Choose wisely, but you can only choose once. All this nonsense of sleeping around, bro, you chose your partner. It's a partner for a reason. Everything you were going to do all around with other people, now you do with your partner, and that's it. You chose that, you married that. It is what it is. You don't just go around with different people. These people will give any excuse to justify their actions. Actions have consequences. Let me give you this example. Put yourself in this scenario. You are no longer you. You are now Wilson, this kid just born in like 2050. Wilson doesn't exist just yet. You're Wilson and you have your parents. One chick, one guy. And you go to ask your father, hey, Pops, where is Chick? By the way, I use Chick, because code words, you know what happens when you use certain words. 21st century for you all. Hey, Pops, where is Chick? And your pop says, oh, Chick will be back tomorrow. Chick went over there with that one dude Chick found at the grocery shop. They're gonna take care of some business, and then Chick will come back tomorrow and kiss you on the cheek. That hurts. It just hurts to imagine that scenario. Keep in mind, Wilson doesn't exist. Wilson's still in 2050. So you see where I'm going with this. All this living in the moment thing that you guys been hearing, living in the moment has given these people the freedom to forget about the future. Do now, enjoy now, deal with the consequences later. No. There's always consequences. Every action, if you go sit down on the couch right now, eat some pizza, watch the TV, by the end of the night, you're gonna feel like junk. Why? Because you didn't do anything. You put junk into your body and you feel like crap. You didn't get anything done and you just consume some nonsense from Netflix. Unbelievable. And this is where the West is going. You understand? Because this is not gonna stop. Too late for that now.
I almost feel like when someone agrees to sleeping with any of us, and they're thinking it's a fun thing, usually we're like a lot cooler, and they don't really realize until later on, and then they get really obsessed or they feel really, really bad. So I usually feel really bad for them later on as well, so I don't think it's really fair either to do that.
How long into your guys' relationship did you start this dynamic?
Right at the very beginning.
Right at the very beginning?
Yeah.
So you guys were like, right off the bat, like, yo, let's do it this way.
This is the only relationship I've ever done.
Whose
with
idea
people.
was the whole open relationship? Yours, Destiny?
Both.
Basically, yeah. Like after my last relationship, I didn't actually.
Lies. Let's be honest here once again. Chick over here is attractive, okay? Young buck. All right, famous streamer, has lots of cash, lots of it. You all know what I mean. Don't be goofy. The only reason this is working out is because of, cash. Cash solves a lot of issues. This is nonsense because if they weren't allowed to sleep around and he didn't have cash, would this still be going on?
How long into your guys' relationship did you start this dynamic?
Right at the very beginning.
Right at the very beginning?
Yeah.
So you guys were like, right off the bat, like, yo, let's do it this way.
This is the only relationship I've ever done.
Whose
with
idea
people.
was the whole open relationship? Yours, Destiny?
Both.
Basically, yeah. Like after my last relationship, I didn't actually ever think I would date again because sleeping around is fun and shit.
Yeah.
So the idea of like being locked down to one person is not fun. And I started talking to her and she was cool and she's like, oh, well, I do open relationships.
These are the adults. These are the people that are going to run this joint for a second. You understand? This cannot be happening. Subscribe to the channel if you agree with me. That is just purely unacceptable. You cannot share your chick.
And like, oh shit, this is like perfect. So
And that was
you're-
the
Why
only
did you
relationship
decide to
I've
get
done.
married then? And what does that
because
mean
she
to
lives
you?
in Sweden and I live in the United States, and the only way she can spend any considerable amount of time with me is to be married.
So it was just green card, just that.
Kind of, yeah.
Is during-
But I mean, like we love each other too.
During the pandemic.
So which is a green card, she said? Let's roast.
I think we've been together for long enough to like, oh, we're like married. We love each other.
So I'm
No, you don't love each other. You said it from the beginning. If you loved each other, you wouldn't need different partners. Don't lie to yourself, because you can lie to yourself, but you cannot lie to me.
And you come from a family where this is practiced, right, Melina?
I think my parents did do like swinger stuff and like open things, like non-monogamous things together. I don't know.
There we go. There is the answer. This is one of the reasons why humanity is not properly advancing. Influences. Who are you hanging around? Who teaches you what you know? Who are you learning from? Who are you speaking to? In this case, their parents. Her parents did some other stuff. So for her, that's okay because that's what she saw. That's what is normal to her. If a kid sees, oh, Pops has blue hair and he lets chick go around with different people, so I will do the same thing and allow my chick to get ran through. People, choose your influences. One little mistake and you will turn into your influences. Could be a good influence, could be a bad influence. Hang around drunkies long enough, you will become one of them. Hang around businessmen long enough, you will become one of them. Most of the time, whatever you see your parents do as okay, you're gonna think it's okay as well.
Were you
No,
aware
if
of
they-
that at the time?
Not at the time, like when I was a kid or anything, but like later on when I was talking to my mom when I was older, and I was like, oh, open relationship makes a lot more sense to me. She's like, oh yeah, I did that too. So it's like, okay.
So your mops told you it's all good. Where is she? Bring her onto the podcast. Let's roast. Completely unacceptable. There's nothing right about that. You cannot sit here and tell me that that's a good influence. I'm not even joking right now. I'm being 100% serious. People look up to this. You understand what I'm saying? Kids look up to these people. Look up to this streamer. Look up to this chick. They're gonna follow what they're seeing. They're going to think it's okay. They're gonna teach that to their children. What do you think is going to happen? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Are your parents still together?
No.
There we go. There we go. I'm sorry for pausing every time, but it's just every single word that comes out here is pathetic. This is ridiculous. If you don't believe what we're saying about sharing chick, this is just a little taste of what this man has done in his relationship. This is what he allows. This isn't even my chick, and it hurts to watch it.
The reason why my face is like so weird is I'm just staring into the camera, like imagining the whole time. Like I wish they were
Melt
naked.
time.
It's melt
It's
time.
melt time.
I think that was the worst part of the
Can you
video.
boost the audio? No, not in the YouTube player. In the YouTube
Look, I
player.
haven't danced for years and I'm doing so well.
Dude, that's sad,
Are you not
man.
focusing on how great I'm dancing?
No.
No? Really?
You're looking at the downfall of the West, you
Yeah,
guys.
right here. This is why Russia's
Like you
gonna beat
do
Ukraine
look like
right
you
here.
want to die here. You can't deny that.
That's always how I stare at my stream. What am I supposed to look like?
I don't know. Maybe that's just what you look like.
I'm
I think that
watching
is
my
just his
chat.
face.
I don't think you've ever
Yeah.
seen me dance either.
What?
You never seen me dance either.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You've been married for 4 years and he hasn't seen you dance.
That's fine. I can tell you were like a little bit scrappy. You good? Yeah. You
need a dance partner in that
What
case.
she's doing? She did this. She went. That's how I knew, man. She started flexing them shoulders and them traps. I was like, oh,
Keep it going for a little bit.
You almost done?
I was getting
Yeah.
footage for his next cuck video on me. Thanks.
True.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
I said he's collecting footage for the next cuck video because I know these clips are going to show up like a million times, literally no matter what happens.
Like, yo, chill, be easy.
Jesus.
Need I say more? Feels the chick a couple times, grabs hands, and then touches the shoulders. You're gonna allow that, man? Are you seriously going to allow that? You think that's okay? How many people were watching this? My guy just showed that it's okay for your chick to dance around with other bucks.
You two describe yourselves as feminists. Is that?
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you to be a feminist?
I believe in equal rights between women and men.
Okay.
I believe that a woman should have the right to choose whether she wants to stay at home and be traditional. I think
What she's saying right now, listen to it carefully. She believes in equality for both genders. She believes that a woman should choose if she stays at home or does this or that. She believes that a woman could decide this and that. Every time she says the word woman, listen to what she's saying.
that's cool.
Sure.
If she wants to go to the workforce, I think that's cool as well. I just think that they should have those opportunities available to them.
To me, it just means gender equity, liberation, and the promotion of women's success financially, socially, economically.
You said equity there. What do you mean by equity? Because equality I have a fairly good understanding of, but equity is a bit more.
I think modern iterations of feminism have kind of moved away from trying to find equality and complete and total parity between the sexes and the genders in like a one-to-one way. I think it's less about trying to find this golden mean that's probably never going to exist, and more about like where do we see deficiencies for the genders and on the basis of sex or gender, and how can we accommodate everybody and make sure everybody's needs are being met, and that nobody's being discriminated against on that basis alone.
On the subject of gender, if I may ask, what is a woman?
This is $1 million question.
Don't even
Really?
bother asking Aaron that question. You're just gonna get another question.
Maybe she wants to answer it.
I mean, okay. So I feel like every single time I try to come up an answer with this and I try to think it logically through, I run into some problems. So usually what I try to do is I do ask other people to define it first because I'd rather work on their definition and see if it ever...
No, I'd rather work on the real definition. The real definition, let's go to Google because Google owns YouTube. Google said this definition. Don't play with me. Google, an adult female human being. Google said that. I did not. Now let's hear their definition of what it is.
Everything tracks. Because so far, every definition that's been presented to me, like, there's some logical inconsistency.
Okay, but what is a woman?
To me, a woman seems to be somebody who presents as a woman, who acts as a woman.
Stop playing with me. What type of definition is that? That is not a definition. If I ask you what a dog is, I don't want you to tell me, oh, it's a dog. What is it? Why can that dog have kids and the other dog just gives it kids? We're not in the cave ages trying to discover how things work. You already know how things work. Why change them? Why?
You can't use the same term in the definition of the term.
That's not 100% true. If you know about functional definitions, that's like, I don't want to get into behavioral psych, that's going to be a whole other thing. But basically, we have these conceptions of what a woman is, how they present, certain feminine features, certain ways that they dress. And we tend to say, okay, if you wear skirts, dresses, have long hair, that's a woman. So whether it should be considered that or not is a completely different story that then starts running into logical inconsistencies.
Pixie,
No,
if
probably
I
not.
look at somebody and they identify as a woman, but I don't know that, and I just totally register that person as a man in my mind, and that's how I interact with them, then is that person a woman?
Well, that's where we start running into logical inconsistencies, right? I would say basically the main thing.
Logical inconsistencies. There are lots of people on this planet that when they speak, it sounds as if they had a bunch of knowledge, very high intellect individuals. The answer is so short. Look, Google tells you. Look how small the answer is. This is all she had to say. This is what Google says. 2 seconds, she would have been done with the definition.
Thing is identifier, right? So
Why is that the main thing, though?
Because when we say chromosomes, when we say biology and try to use that definition, the reality here is that I did not check anybody's chromosomes in here before calling them a man or a woman.
Or genitals.
But there are a lot of other
you can
micro
just tell.
calculations that I
I-
think your brain is making about someone's appearance, which makes you register them as either one or the other.
Exactly.
Male or female.
We're making assumptions based on appearances, not genitalia or chromosomes. So there seems to be some sort of inconsistency if we try to define it biologically because we don't actually act that way in reality. I didn't check your genitalia, I didn't check your chromosomes. I just assumed because of how you presented yourself that you were a woman. So I agree, like it's a complicated subject. It feels like there's inconsistencies whenever we try to define it. Like, hey, but wait a second, just because I wear short hair, does that make me not a woman anymore? Of course not. So it is a complicated subject. I'm not here to pretend I have all the answers.
Actually, I don't think we find it
John, what
complicated.
do you think about that?
I think that you're intellectualizing it too much. I think if we took 100 people and just had them identify every person at this panel, are you a man or are you a woman, they would, with 100% accuracy, be able to discern the biological sex. Even without seeing the chromosomes or the genitalia, they would know.
That's definitely
I have
not
a
true.
question.
That's absolutely
not
true.
true.
All right, this will go on for hours. As you can see, we're barely, I skipped a bunch for you guys in this video. So much, like over an hour has been skipped. We're not gonna go through all this, but they argue about this for a while. It's nonsense. Yes, they could tell off the bat who is who. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Seriously, this is embarrassing that they're arguing over this. How ignorant humanity still is. People from 1990 thought that in 2022 we would have flying cars. Instead we have people arguing about who is a woman and who isn't. That should have been set in stone since the day they were created. When your mom had a baby shower, she didn't say, let's wait to see how she acts. Don't worry about the ultrasound. Why go to ultrasound? Why does the ultrasound matter if it's not gonna act like a woman? Are you kidding me? Stop playing with me. What's being solved here? I am completely bamboozled of the conversations going on nowadays. Seriously. Seriously. You know what? Screw this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hit the like. I am out.